Archie is here to give you another haunted place in Mass. Now, if you're not a long time resident that lives in Lunenburg, and I mean an older person, I do not think you will know of this story. Unless unless you're interested and you wanted to go to the, Lunenburg Historical Society site. Um, This story is not in the Shadowlands website that I look at, and there's another website I look at called Haunted Places. Them are two major haunted places you can find to look for haunted, places in Mass, New Hampshire, all around the country. But for some reason it does not have this one. I do not know if they know of this. Probably not, because they don't have it. But this is, I want to document this. Sorry for the light. I'm in the kitchen, and the light sucks around here, especially doing videos. October 26, 1977. This is the Massachusetts Review paper. Now, about a year ago, I talked to my father about, me doing this ghost hunting thing, because he has a lot of books about ghosts. Stuff on history and antiques, books of, hauntings in Mass and all that stuff. Him himself is supposedly not a believer of ghosts. When I told him what I was doing, he thought I was a fruitcake. But here he is, laminating articles of Lunenburg's Phantom Ghost. Now, the story is, on this one, is a red-headed daughter, which is the daughter of Charles Cushing. I don't know if this guy has anything to do with Cushing Academy. Someone in the family, maybe, but this guy is to be dated back to the Revolutionary War, and his daughter was supposedly around the Civil War, two different wars. But the daughter supposedly hooked up with a British soldier, so it had to have been the Civil War when this was around, because the British and Paul Revere screaming the British are coming. She actually fell in love with him, brought him into this house, and was, sneaking him in, hiding him away. He was a deserter of his, cavalry, you would say. He left his army, and they just hid in the house until one day, their father found them together, and literally went out in his backyard or somewhere within the property. This tree stands. I don't know if it stands now. I might try to do a little ghost hunting around this tree and outside of the house. I don't know how that's going to work with the owners, if they let me do that. And I definitely don't think they'll let me go in their house unless I come up with this article or something. But I'm going to try. And the soldier was hung from this tree. So, the story goes that the daughter now is haunting the house. And I think how it says that she, what was it? The ghost named Betsy, her name is. And, I don't know, I think she might have died of a heartbroken heart. Or maybe even committed suicide, but it did not say that. It's just something they say back in these days. The words they have in here, also you wouldn't find in modern day. I mean, but, anyways, the house was built in 1724. Charles Cushing moved in 1786. There's also some other history on this house that it once was a tavern. After this Charles died, a man bought it, built a tavern, and then they used to have town meetings here. It has 6 fireplaces in it, which don't look too big on the outside and the front, but these old houses, once you walk down along the side of them, they're like 1,000 feet friggin' long. But it was a tavern at one time. They had a liquor in there and town meetings, and then a doctor bought this thing and was making counterfeit money. Got caught, but there was a dilemma going on, some sickness at the time, and I guess he came up with a remedy, cured people, and they let him off with a pardon. And then there was I guess a family member bought it after that, bought it back, and and then so on, and then he planted a rose bush, and some weird story about that, about the rose bush not dying, and unless a member of the family dies, but the rose bush ends up dying, getting crushed, and all this crazy stuff, and people start dying, around this rose bush after the relative said that this rose bush honors the people of the family or something. Some weird ass story, fucking crazy shit. So, back in the olden days, they used to, when people died, they did their not autopsies. I don't know how much of autopsies they did back then, but when they did die, the doctor, the examiner, would come to the house, they'd, throw the body on a friggin' dining room table or somewhere where they can, do their work, and then they take the body out to the graveyard, and it would sit there for days. Back in them days, you want to check out what they used to do, I mean, you can check out the old Lizzie Borden TV show that they put up. I don't know if it's on, demand or something, you can watch it, but they actually throw the father on the mother on the tables, dining room tables. I'm sure the people died in this house. Everybody that lived in it. But the story of the soldier and the daughter is the big, the big show of this house. And there was a family that moved in, the Stevens, and they said that they encountered the ghost. Their daughter actually was sitting on a bed and a guitar was playing, and a lady, it wasn't Betsy though, but a lady played a guitar in a sad Civil War song, and the girl was learning the words of the song or whatever, and she told her mother this. And then there's the mysterious phone ringing. And I guess the story goes that a phone would ring when the new owners would move in. And I guess there was a few new owners or whatever. But there was a family after the Stevens called the Moores that didn't believe nothing. Everything didn't happen with them, but the phone did ring. And supposedly they went through the phone wiring through the house, and come to find out the business the people owned. And I don't get this, because this was back in the 20s and the 30s. And I don't know how they would have a phone line running from a business back in them days. Like today, you got all these phone lines. Oh, can I put you on hold? Can I put you on hold? Can I put you on, push the button? Go down the line, you got 20 lines, people on hold, 20 people on hold, Back then I don't know how they would do that, but they said that they did the wire in the phones, and then all of a sudden it stopped after that, and it never happened again. And they have their beliefs, they have their disbeliefs, the Moors did, and so forth. But after the Moors, you know, who knows who owns it now? But that's the thing. The Betsy there, the redheaded, and they have the little girl saw the redheaded woman. She said, and you know that's the story. And she was sad and also peed off, I guess, that the soldier was hung. So she eloped over the house and everything, and did all that crazy ghost stuff on people, and was mischief, they say. The Stevens said, and doors would open and everything. So, I mean, I believe it happened. I mean, there are skeptics. I don't care what skeptics think, because I've had experiences, and that's what I want to try and do with this house. I want to try and get to the new owner of today, hopefully, maybe. I can get in there. I just want to do, you know, a little nighttime, like I do all the time, like the tunnel I did in Clinton. If you want to check out that video, if you haven't, the Clinton tunnel. I did videos on that. I did video on the old Revolutionary War cemetery. And I got something real freaky out in them woods that night. You know, when I do my ghost hunting stuff, I mean, I do have my wife and kids in the car. They stay there, you know, there's no harm being done to them and nothing. They just sit there. My wife watches them. You know, they don't get out and run around, do stupid. They don't follow me either, you know. I mean, in the tunnel they did, but as soon as the bats started flying around, they got out, and then I'm by myself, and they're talking, and then I hear feet scuffing. And in the cemetery, I'll tell you, I heard this knock off a tree, like a piece of bamboo stick, just knock, right in the echo. And it sounded like it came from the top of the trees, you know. And I'm just about to say, hey, what can I get out of this place? I'd like to try this place. I'm going to try it. I'm going to say I'm going to bring the article with me, so I'm going to well, anyway, they might look like a freak anyways to them, but maybe they'll let me get out in the backyard at night and see if I can maybe see someone hanging from the tree. Maybe the ghost will come out, the Betsy ghost will come out and see me snooping around the tree. Look what I'm doing. Who knows? You never know. But I know I've had ghost encounters when I was a kid. Kid drowning. If you haven't watched that video, bring it to the pond with a kid drowned in my backyard. Had a dream before I moved out. You know, all some crazy shit. And then I had also a dream about a kid I knew when I was another thing I got up on here, the Taj and Our Bone story. He came to me in a dream. And, you know, I think he's in a set of woods across the street from his house. He was killed. And I know I had an encounter with him. You know, who knows what will come out of this, so. But like I say, this is not documented unless you're a lifetime Lunenburg resident. And like I said, my father's a skeptic. Oh, I don't believe in that shit. What are you doing? Then he comes out with this, lays this out on me. I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, I thought you don't believe in ghosts. Oh, I save articles. Like, all right. But, whatever, you know. And you know, I'm glad I got this one, because there's some real crazy shit in the story. I mean, and like I said, this is dated back in 1977, so I was like, damn. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to start throwing it out on websites and everything and just catch an eye out of it. But this is back in 1977. And right here, you can't really see it, but the house is 253 years old, so now it's got to be like, damn, 300 years old. Lunenburg had a sign up not too long ago celebrating 300 years. So yeah, you got another house here. I got to go check this out, though. But, for the next, like I said, I got a bunch of stuff, you know, I'm coming out with, I'm going to be doing. Hopefully this one we can get some more ghosts coming up, because I haven't done a ghost. Well, I did some ghost hunting, you know, a few months back, a month ago or so, but it's like I just want to keep going with this stuff, because I know one day I'm going to come up with something. But, anyways, until the next video, YouTube Nation. Hopefully it's another, you don't know what I'm going to have next. Haunted places, mass, anything I'm giving, excuse me. But shoveling today, long day. Friggin' outside shoveling in the 3 feet of snow we got today. Yeehaw! But, until the next video, YouTube Nation, out.